More features of federalism in India. How you can say India is a federal state, you know it very well. The powers are divided between central states, and each thing is mentioned in the constitution from where they will get the power to make laws on that. Some more features relating to the Indian federalism. Special power to some states. Some states enjoy a special status. Jammu and Kashmir has its own constitution. Now it is over. It is given in your textbook, so I am teaching you. Very soon we have declared Jammu and Kashmir a union territory. So at present there is no any special power regarding the Jammu and Kashmir. In earlier days, they were as Indian constitution laws were not applicable to those states. There are some units of Indian Union which enjoy a very little power. These are areas which are too small to become an independent state but which could not be merged with any of the existing states. These areas like Chandigarh, Lakshadweep, capital city of Delhi are called union territories. These union territories do not have the power of a state. The central government has special power in running these areas. Central state relations. The sharing of power between the union government and the state government is basic to the structure of the constitution. It is not easy to make the changes to this power sharing arrangement. The parliament cannot on its own change the arrangements. Any change to it has to be first passed by both the House of Parliament with at least two-thirds majority. Then it has to be ratified by the legislature of at least half of the total seats. अभी जो सेंट्रल स्टेट का जो भी समायोजन आपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पढ़ा है, अगर उसको चेंज करना है तो पार्लियामेंट में बहुत कठिन है. पहले तो टू थर्ड मेजोरिटीज पास करना होगा, फिर लेजिस्लेचर के मिनिमम हाफ टोटल सीट से उसे पास कराना पड़ेगा, तब कहीं जाके सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में चेंजेस कर सकती है. दिस हैज़ मेड सो हार्ड इन ऑर्डर टू मेक अ गुड रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन सेंट्रल एंड स्टेट बिकॉज इट enhance द फेडरलिज्म स्ट्रक्चर and quality of federalism in India. Role of judiciary. The judiciary plays an important role in overseeing the implementation of constitution provision and procedures. In case any dispute about the division of the power, the High Court and the Supreme Court could make a decision. Suppose there is any confusion or any conflict between central and state government on any issue, then High Court of that state or the Supreme Court has power to look over it. The union and the state government have the power to raise the resources by levying taxes in order to carry on the government and the responsibilities assigned to each of them. So both type of government have power to raise their resources by levying taxes on the citizens in order to further smooth functioning of the government. How is federalism practiced in India? One is the linguistic states. How you can say the federalism is in vogue in India? What are the examples you can see here? Linguistic states, language policy, central state relations. This comes in examination in 3 number, sometime in 5 number. How is federalism practiced in India? On the basis of linguistic, on the basis of language, on the basis of central state relations. On basis of these three, the federalism is practiced in India. So first of all, linguistic states. The creation of linguistic states was the first and a major test for democratic politics in our country. If you look at the political map of India when it began its journey as a democracy in 1947 and that of 2017, you will be surprised by the extent of the changes. Many old states have vanished and many new states have been created. Areas, boundaries and name of the states have been changed. In 1947, the boundaries of several old states of India were changed in order to create new states. This was done to ensure that people who spoke the same language lived in same state. Some states were created not on the basis of language but to recognize difference based on the culture, ethnicity and geography. These states include Nagaland, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand. These are the states which were formed on the basis of their cultural, ethnicity and geography. When the demand for the formation of a state on the basis of language was raised, the national leader feared that it would lead to the disintegration of country. The central government resisted linguistic states for some time, but the experience has shown that the formation of linguistic states has actually made the country more united. It has also made administration easier. So, on the basis of language, India has been again unified. It is again divided into different small states, which helps India in good administration. This is the one form of federalism practiced in India. And there is language policy. Our constitution did not give the status of national language to any one language. Hindi was identified as the official language, but Hindi is the mother tongue of only 40% of the Indians. Therefore, there were many safeguards to protect other languages. Besides Hindi, there are 21 other languages recognized as scheduled language by the Constitution A. Candidate in an examination conducted for the central government position may opt to take the examination in any of these languages. States too have their own official language. Much of the government work takes place in the official language of the concerned state. Unlike Sri Lanka, the leaders of the country adopted a various cautious attitude in spreading the use of Hindi. According to the constitution, the use of English for official purpose was to stop in 1965. At present, you can see that all the states are giving impetus to do the work in their own regional languages, like Kerala, Malayalam, Tamil Nadu, Tamil, Kannada in Karnataka, Odia in Odisha. So all the states have their own power. They can take the decision in this area. This is because of the federalism. However, many non-Hindi speaking states demanded that the use of English continue. In Tamil Nadu, the movement took a violent form. The central government responded by agreeing to continue the use of English along with the Hindi for official purposes. Many critics think that this solution favored the English speaking elite. Promotion of Hindi continues to be the official policy of the Government of India. Promotion does not mean that the central government can impose Hindi on states where people speak a different language. It is only promotion of Hindi in all the central government offices, but it is not a compulsory. Third is the central-state relation. For a long time, the same party ruled both at the central and in most of the states. That is the Congress you all of know. This means that the state government did not exercise their rights as autonomous federal units. As and when the ruling party at the state level was different, the party that ruled at the center tried to undermine the power of states. In those days, the central government would often misuse the constitution to dismiss the state government that were controlled by the rival parties. This undermined the spirit of federalism. Many a times it has been done. The central government has terminated the state government by using the discretionary power enshrined in the Constitution, Article 356. If the central and state have very bad relationship. All this changed significantly after 1990. The period saw the rise of regional political parties in many states of the country. This was also the beginning of an era of coalition government at the center. Since no single party got a clear majority in the Lok Sabha, the major national party had to enter into alliance with many parties, including several regional parties, to form a government at the center. This trend was supported by a major judgment of the Supreme Court that made it difficult for the central government to dismiss the state government in an arbitrary manner. Thus, federal power sharing is more effective today than it was in early years after the constitution came into force. बच्चों, जब देश शुरू आज़ाद हुआ तो सेंट्रल और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट लगभग एक ही जैसी थी, एक ही पार्टी होती थी. धीरे धीरे रीजनल पार्टियाँ बढ़ती चली गई. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के इलेक्शन दूसरे पार्टी जीतते चले गए, सेंट्रल के इलेक्शन दूसरे पार्टी जीतते चले गए. तो उन्होंने अपनी पावर का इस्तेमाल करते हुए 1990 के पहले तक जब मन करता था अधिकतर, अगर उनके संबंध अच्छे नहीं है तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को टर्मिनेट कर देती थी, फिर से इलेक्शन हो जाते थे। लेकिन 1990 के बाद ऐसा समय आया किसी पार्टी को क्लियर कट मेजॉरिटी नहीं मिली, सब मिलजुल के सरकार बनाने लगे, एनडीए और लाइक दैट यूपीए। तो उसमें क्या था, जब आपको छोटी पार्टियों का सहारा लेना पड़ेगा, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का सहारा लेना पड़ रहा है, तो उस समय आप उनको टर्मिनेट नहीं कर सकते, आपको उनसे अच्छे रिलेशनशिप बना के रखने पड़ते थे। और फिर आने वाले समय में धीरे धीरे ऐसा हो गया कि आज का जो स्ट्रक्चर है फेडरल वो ज़्यादा मजबूत है जैसा कि पहले है। अब इतनी आसानी से कोई भी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट टर्मिनेट नहीं कर पाती है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।